Well, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Joshana here to talk about some friggin' books that I predicted were all going to be 5-star reads. Spoiler alert, they were not. I didn't have that many. I said in the video when I did this that I'm not that great, I feel, at 5-star predictions, but also in the past I've been very stingy with 5-star ratings, so that might have played a part in why I wasn't good at guessing, because I would just always be really harsh, you know? So this time around I had 5 books on the list, and to be fair, the first one I had started reading. I was only on page like 20 or something, I want to say. I wasn't very far into it, but I just was like, I'm feeling a 5-star read. And that's what prompted me to make the recent 5-star predictions. And I was correct, and the book in question is The Chosen and the Beautiful by Nghi Vo. I had this on my Kindle. I had a NetGalley e-arc of it, and oh my god, thoroughly enjoyed it. So great. It's a Great Gatsby retelling with the main character being Jordan Baker, who is a character in the original Great Gatsby. But we're following her, and she is a queer Vietnamese adoptee living in this high society. And there's a little bit of fantasy elements worked in here too, very minimal, and it's very like magical realism feeling more than anything, and it's not explored super deep, so if that would bother you, then forewarning, but it didn't bother me at all. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Oh my god, the writing style, the authorial voice, so great. I can't wait to reread it and tab up this copy, because yeah, I had such a great time with this. So yay, I was off to a good start here. And then I think this was the next one that I read. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was. And again, I was correct. Son of the Storm by Sui Davies Okungbawa. I had read David Mogo Godhunter, and it was funny because that I think I gave 3.5 stars, 3.25. Not a super high rating, but I enjoyed it, and I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling that his first like kind of series novel that he was gonna be putting out, I just had a feeling it was gonna be really solid. And I really enjoyed this. I liked it a lot. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm super jazzed for the rest of this series to come out. Book 2, I can't remember the name of it now. The name is like out there. There's no cover yet, but I think it's coming out next year, and I cannot wait. Definitely will pre-order that as well. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens in this series. It's adult, high fantasy, in an African-inspired setting, and I just really liked it. Very complicated characters, complex characters. I thought great character dynamics, and some quotes to save. Some really great quotes. Just the themes that were touched on here, I thought were done really well. And I was excited about that because it's kind of rare for me to read just a straight up fantasy where there are a lot of quotes that I think are beautiful, lyrical things that I want to save. So, yay. So we were off to a good start, 2 for 2. And then I think the next one that I tried was Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne that I had a NetGalley e-arc for, and because I liked the Faithful and the Fallen series so much, I just assumed I would really love this one. I did not. I DNF'd it. Sad times at Ridgemont High, I know. I got, if I remember correctly, I got like 20-some% of the way into it, and it just wasn't connecting. Nothing was bad about it, in my opinion. I wasn't mad about anything. I wasn't hating anything. I just did not care, which is a lot of my DNFs, where I'm just like, I just don't give a crap. I wasn't wanting to pick the book up. Every time I was like, I should read more of that, huh? Okay. And then I would read like a chapter and just be kind of bored, not engaged, not connected with it. I don't really know why. So that was a bummer. But then I had some redemption because Age of Empire by Michael J. Sullivan, book 6 of the Legends of the First Empire series. I also rated book 5 5 stars, but this one was the only one that I had on my 5-star predictions. And yes, thoroughly enjoyed this. Such a great finale to that series. Great conclusion to the series. More people need to fucking read this series because it's so solid. It is one of the most solid fantasy series that I've ever read. Like, just from book 1 to book 6, just good. I didn't rate any of them lower than 4 stars, if I remember correctly. Like, I loved it. So great. And then the final book was Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, which I had a NetGalley e-arc for. And I did finish this, thankfully, but I did not give it 5 stars. I think I gave it 3. Let me double check. Yes, I gave it 3. So this one was disappointing. Didn't hate it, obviously, but it was fine. It was fine. It was kind of an issue of the characters, the main character. I just found it hard to get behind him because it's not a spoiler that he dies. That's literally in the premise. It took him dying to realize what a shit person he was in life. And I was like, I don't really feel that bad for you, bro. Like, you had your whole entire life to figure this out, and you never did. I don't really feel bad for you that it took you dying to figure it out. And it was hard for me to really give a fuck about him. And then I just wasn't as connected to the side characters as much as I wanted to be. They were cool. They're cute. I just didn't feel all that much for them. And then I think the biggest thing with me for this book was the whole message of it, the whole exploration of death, dying, and grief regarding death, like losing a loved one and dealing with that grief and just grappling with what it means to die and blah, blah, blah. It's just a message and a theme that doesn't resonate with me all that well. It's just nothing. I'm not that worried about death. I don't know. Like, knock on wood, I hope I die when I'm old, but I don't know. I'm just not that fussed about it, I guess. So there's that. Maybe I'm cold-hearted. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I was just a little disappointed. I just didn't love it like I wanted to. But I would say 3 out of 5 is pretty good, although I don't know if it kind of evens it out that one of the 2 that I didn't rate 5 stars, I didn't even read, and I DNF'd. Maybe that makes it kind of even. But I don't know. I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy that many, because I think the last time I did a 5-star prediction, I've only done it one other time. And I think the last time I did it, I'd never even read all of them, first of all. And the ones that I did read, I don't think I gave any of them 5 stars. So, but like I said, that could be a product of me having been extra stingy with 5 stars in the past. I'm still a little stingy with them, but I'm loosening the reins a little bit with what I consider a 5-star read. So there we go. Yay. Are you guys proud of me? I'm proud. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.